Welcome back to more Let's Play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Last time, we got a whole bunch of upgrades and finished up our backtracking. We also defeated Alucard's nightmare, which, thank goodness. Now, an interesting little tidbit I didn't bring up during that fight. Should you lose to the succubus, you receive a unique game over, where she's the one who, I believe, laughs at you or says something? It's a very niche thing that, frankly, I don't think a lot of people know about. At least I'm pretty sure that happens. It might be version dependent, but I don't think it is. I've admittedly never lost that fight, so I can't really verify myself. It probably would have been something cool that I should have showed off, but whoopsies. Otherwise, welcome to the underground caverns, and another save point. Very useful. So yeah, one big reason I wait to come here for this long is because without flight, or at least the gravity boots, which require flight, you wouldn't be able to go fight the succubus, and you'd have to just backtrack here later, which would take forever. As you can see, these enemies and bosses are certainly meant for earlier in the game, but hey, may as well fight them now. Ow. I tell you, that water hurts. Being a vampire has its perks, but man, does it have its downsides. Still, it's time for the real boss. Who, we can't really completely stop, but we at the very least can slow down and make a whole lot easier. And yeah, that's all she wrote. Or I guess in this turn, that's all she, slithered and tentacled? I suppose I don't really know. But for our reward, we receive the Crystal Cloak, which is a pretty darn good cloak. It is basically a direct upgrade to the Blood Cloak, but it doesn't have the effect of giving you hearts, so you may not want to use it. Still, getting our luck back would be nice. And besides, it looks awesome. That invisible look to it is so darn cool. Plus, it makes your bat kinda similar. It's a little blinky more than semi-invisible, but you get the idea they were going for. I still think it's a cool effect. But yeah, normally, whenever I first played this game or casually played it, I liked to come here almost as soon as I could just to get this cloak, because it is really good. And again, the boss isn't really that hard, so you should be able to beat it pretty much no problem. Now, there's a hidden little secret right here, though if you go there now, you won't be able to get through there. So we'll have to come back pretty soon, actually. I was going to say later, but it's not that far off. Also say hello to some of my favorite enemies in the game, the Toads. They're not my favorite, but some of them. I mean, come on. Otherwise, you can collect all these nice little mushrooms. Also, sorry, fellas. And sorry, Mr. Toad. Yeah, unfortunately, because Alucard is a Dampier, water damages him. So, I wouldn't explore the water quite yet. Ah, there's my favorite enemy in the game, the frog. I love him. He's so cute. I mean, just look at the little guy. He's adorable. And I mean, he's not exactly trying to hurt you. He just kind of goes. I love him. So yes, I do feel bad about killing him, but he's full of juicy EXP, so I'll take what I can get. Otherwise, nice little pentagram. I don't like to wait to get that, so I just go down there and backdash cancel. And remember the oarsman we saw way early on? Well, he's going to come up very soon. Now in this room, going down, I would hug the right wall because it is a pain going through that waterfall. That's the one instance that I brought up about the gravity boots where it helps you get up, is because if you're the bat and take damage from anything, you untransform from the bat. Water included. So for instance, if we try to wing smash, it'll transform us right back. So make sure you get the hard one on the way down, and then just gravity boots your way up, and you should be good to go. Pretty easy. And it was this. Huh? Well, thank you, Donkey Kong Skeleton. It also tells you very specifically something appeared near a wooden bridge. Still, we got a new shield, the Herald Shield, which, in lieu of all the other shields, let's equip the shield rod and show off its effect. Whoa! Pretty lady. And she gives you protection from fire and thunder. Pretty cool effect. It's not super useful, but hey, the shield is better than the night shield, so may as well equip it. Otherwise, with all the items gathered here, I mean, sure, there's a random mushroom or two I left, but don't worry too much. There we go. Now we can proceed. Very useful. And man, I love these caves. They're so pretty. Be careful. That frozen ice isn't very thick, and you'll go right through it if you're not careful. Ooh, she dropped the ice mail. Very cool. But remember the oarsman? Here he is.
I'll take you to a place which might be interesting for you.
Oh, good. Yeah, so he'll give us a nice little boat ride. Now, admittedly, I'm a little stingy with what's coming up. You're going to be missing a lot of map squares by taking this ferry. So, make sure you're jumping in the right areas and uncovering these bits of map. It's not a lot you miss, it's like one square, but still, make sure you go out of your way to get it. The real big offenders are basically right here. Still, thank you for bringing us here, Mr. Ferryman. And you get the merman statue, which upon initial guess, you would think, oh, I can be in the water now. No, doesn't work like that. So you might be wondering, what is this? It summons the oarsman. Very descriptive. But remember that ice cave I showed off way in the beginning? Well, turns out it's used there. Now, this is one of the only instances I would recommend taking the damage is to just explore this area right here. Get it on your map. Get out. Because frankly, you take a lot of damage underwater. Walk back in, respawn the ferryman, and let him take you back. Now look, that is a bit of a risky maneuver. It hurts a fair bit, but it's worth doing it so you don't have to come back this way later. Because seriously, do you really want to walk all the way back here? Now, if you notice, there's another little way we can leave up here, which I will actually be taking before we go down into the ice cave. I want to make sure that we do it just so that way, again, we don't have to come back. We've basically gotten everything on the left side of the map, barring that room in the top left tower, which we still can't explore yet. So, it's no big deal. Otherwise, come right on up here. Grab your shiitake mushroom. Very nice. Then head on through the door. Get a nice little loading zone. And it's this lovely little life increase. You basically could have seen this at the very beginning of the game, but, well, there wasn't much you could do with it. But hey, now we finally have it. Very convenient. And now that we've done all that, we can go back to the ice cave that we initially saw, which I think this area right here is supposed to help you figure that out. Because I think it's supposed to be like, oh, I see an icy area of the cave where I just got my new item. What if I go back to that ice area I saw earlier? And look, I was kind of a dumb kid. I didn't put two and two together. So, I'm telling you, that is where you're supposed to go. Now, if you also open the way with this, barrel skeleton, you can open another area. But we want to go back to the ice cave first and foremost. Excuse me, Mr. Frog. I know you want to play, but Alucard just doesn't have the time for it. It's okay, though. So again, don't worry about damage boosting through this area right here, because you will get something that will help you explore very soon. It's funny, because in my practice run of playing this game to refresh myself on it, because it had been a long time since I've played it fully, I forgot that you get this item literally, like, right here. So, I damage boosted through the water, got down to, like, 5 health, was going to die, equipped a library card, teleported back to the library, and then had to walk all the way back here just to find out that, oh, I'm stupid. So don't be like me. Come here first and find the ferryman again.
I'll guide you to meet your destiny.
Thank you. Now, make sure you hold down for this whole ride, basically, because otherwise you'll get knocked off right here, and you're not going to be able to catch back up to him. Still, if you come here first and you don't have the merman statue, he just won't be here. And while you can technically get through this whole area without him, you're going to take a lot of damage. So I would just do it the intended way and enjoy the boat ride. I mean, after all, it's one of 2 instances where you ever have to ride this boat, so may as well do it. Also, too, I think if you do try to tank it, that pillar is in the way, so maybe don't try. Now, I like that they put that water there. It's here for a reason. Because here we'll find the snorkel. I mean, holy symbol. Which, as you may have guessed, protection while underwater. Alucard now no longer suffers damage from water, which is an awesome upgrade. Again, it's one of those small things that feels like it really doesn't matter, but trust me, it is a night and day difference being able to come into water and not take damage. It also makes a certain puzzle later on much easier to deal with, trust me. Otherwise, you can now safely explore all these water areas. And let me tell you, it's really easy to miss these if you're playing through very casually, so I wouldn't feel bad if you missed them. Also, this is hilarious. We're outspeeding the ferryman by backdashing. Oh, that's funny. Now, notably, one thing I didn't grab on our first way through, which I shouldn't forget, is the ring up here. I believe it's an onyx? Yeah, very nice. Now, notably, you cannot transform into the bat while underwater, nor mist. You can, however, transform into the dog. And if you hold the top face button, the dog can swim. This is an extremely niche mechanic. However, it will be required later on in the game, so make sure you know you can swim as the dog. Again, it's funny. It's not super useful upon initial inspection, but you will need it if you want to complete the map for this game, so keep it in mind. Otherwise, with all that out of the way, we can go back into the cave we've been in about 3 times now, and explore all those underwater bits. Plus, upon doing that, we can then head down into the deeper caves. Surprisingly, there's a lot to do here, so make sure you're taking your time and really exploring. Plus, I gotta be honest, the organ in this song is so good. I mean, look, I've said it before. They don't call it Symphony of the Night for nothing. I mean, seriously, the music in this game is so good. Ow. Who'd have thought fish had ballistic missiles, huh? Ooh, resist ice. Very useful. At least it would be if I ever used them. For whatever reason, I never use resist items like that. Oh well. Otherwise, backdash on out. And I swear, this area right here looks like it would be where a secret is. It's not, but man, does it feel like it. Otherwise, just a few more squares of water to explore. And then, down into the dank cave depths we go. I know you're so excited. Beautiful. Also, my goodness, I've realized I've been holding my controller up to the mic. My apologies if you could hear some of my button presses. Worst case, I'll probably just edit them out. Not a big deal. Also, man, was that another one? Wow. Getting lucky. After all, we do have the Ring of Arcana, so makes sense. Ooh. And a nice little life max for our trouble. Very useful. And an anti-venom? Sure. Again, little items like that I just never use, but they're not useless. Now, remember that switch we pressed earlier that released the Donkey Kong-looking skeleton with the barrel? Well, you want to slowly lead him over here to the right. Be careful with the sword there, because he can go over and kill him, but so long as you keep him toward the edge of the screen, it should be fine. I like that the game has a tutorial for showing you that he breaks that bridge in the room where you first find him. It's a nice way to tell the player, without telling the player, hey, this is what you do. Pretty cool, huh? So now, into the abandoned mine. Now let me tell you, this is a pretty tough area. If you're not ready, be careful. You can take a lot of damage here very fast. Still, things should be more or less fine. Oh, holy water. I don't need none of that. I prefer my stopwatch, thank you. And yeah, though it might look like it, there's no secrets here. Also, too, this face right here kind of looks like Walter White from Breaking Bad. So, do with that info what you will. Otherwise, ooh, a nice little save room. Don't mind if I do. After all, we've made a lot of progress and I really don't want to lose it. So, hooray! Beautiful. And man, look at that big filled-in map. I love seeing that. It's such a satisfying feeling in this game. Also, again, I do not need holy water. Don't know why I hit it. I knew it was in there. And into the, well, pretty much the jaws of hell. Still, shouldn't be anything we can't, huh? Oh! Hello, boss fight. Ow. Whoa. Well, who knew that the dog could shotgun fire, huh? Well, that wasn't so bad. And hey, how appropriate. Into the jaws of hell to fight Cerberus and continue on. Kind of like, you know, the underworld in Greek mythology. Oh, there's a button up there. Well, try as you might, you can't hit it, so you'll just have to come back later. Ooh, sneaky. Now you might think, oh, I'll just use the axe and toss it up and hit the button. Easy. No, unfortunately it doesn't work like that. Trust me, me and everyone else have tried. Also, what an interesting enemy. The Salem Witch. Well, I have lost our precious pocket watch for a marble. Also, hello, Gremlin. Better known as Ukobach in later Castlevanias. And hey, another teleportation room. Very useful. And although it sucks that I did lose the stopwatch there, it's not a big deal. It is useful, yes, but it's not something that I gotta worry about too much. It's just a little annoying that I'll have to recollect it, but not a biggie. My goodness, get out of here. Interestingly, you know, you think for being a fire-wielding gremlin, they'd be unholy, but no. Speaking of unholy, though, we get the demon card. Huh, doesn't say anything. You figured he would? Oh well. So, you might be wondering, why did I equip this little guy? I like the sword, and obviously fairy's useful. The bat does pretty much nothing. What does this guy do? Well, we just saw a nice pressable button. And wouldn't you know it, this little guy is curious and loves to press buttons. So I figured, let's equip him and go press that button, huh? I mean, come on. You must be dying of curiosity like I am.
A switch. Why don't I press it and see?
Yeah, sounds good to me. I love the little voices they gave him. A switch. He almost sounds kind of like, Ren from Ren and Stimpy. Kind of a funny comparison, but, I mean, you can kind of hear it, can't you? And granted, if you don't know what Ren and Stimpy is, well, give it a look real quick and come back to me once you know. Excuse me, Miss Flower. I just don't have time for you getting all big. Otherwise, get some turkey and the Ring of Aries. Whoops, wrong button. This is a very interesting ring. Confers the strength of 24 men. However, you lose 24 defense by equipping this. So you can do some amazing damage at the strength of pretty much all your defense. Or at the cost, my goodness. So, I mean, it's a really good ring once you have a lot of HP. Honestly, it can be pretty good for melting bosses. And I think for the coming area, I want to put it on. Just for now. We'll take it off later, but you get the point. Otherwise, I never went over these. The secret boots. They discreetly increase your height. So if you equip them, Alucard is like, I think, a pixel taller. Or something, which is hilarious. So, as cute as that is, I would much rather have my very powerful ring. So there we go. And, Peanuts and the Power of Sire. Strange room, but sure. And now, yeah, look at that. 70 damage. That is insane. Also, anime women. Well, we can't be having that. Put her down, Alucard. Thank you, buddy. So yeah, for some reason, a beautiful woman is in a flower. Couldn't tell you why. Now, honestly, I'm a little low on HP. If I can input Soul Steel and not get poisoned. Alright, this is getting ridiculous. Knock it off. Oh, come on. I mean, look, I know I'm notoriously bad at it, but sheesh. You think after all this time I'd be better at it. That's what I get for having sweaty hands, though. Oh well. Nothing we can't deal with. Beautiful. Yeah, I could have used a heal, but we'll be fine. Have some marbles. Ooh, a nice crit, too. 2 nice crits. Beautiful. There are mushrooms I'm not grabbing, but, I mean, they're mushrooms. We'll be fine without them. Otherwise, let's see. I'm gonna go to the left first. Ooh, karma coin and a combat knife. Very cool. Again, this feels like an area where you'd find some secret stuff, but no. And down here we find the catacombs. No, I'll stick with my marble, thank you. And I think, again, I'll go to the left. Get a nice save room. Save the game. Very nice. Also, 254 HP. One off from a nice integer for programming. Or no, it's 2 off. It's 256 I'm thinking of. Still, I was decently close. Ooh. Huh? So yeah, here you have the blood pendant, which improves blood healing ability. This is a pretty decent pendant if you've been using Dark Metamorphosis a lot. Evidently, I haven't, but it has its uses. We also get the Cat Eye Circle. Big HP restore by cat damage. Admittedly, I don't know what that does. So, sure, why not? Throw it on. I imagine there's some sort of effect that does heal you, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Also, too, speaking of music, get a load of this rave kind of sound in this catacomb. It's got a great beat, huh? Oh, baby. I have been waiting to get here. This feels like such an area that it's like when you're here, you're like, oh yeah, I'm in late game now. It's just one of those signifiers that it's like, you know it and you feel good about it. You know, ow. There we go. And hey, we get our pocket watch back. Very useful. Yeah, I'm gonna go left. And notably, in here, there's a whole bunch of vials and red bones. Or, well, blood skeletons. A little different, but same concept. Ooh. You also get a heart max and a life max. Very useful. And, hello, Gravekeeper. Ow! Yeah, Hellfire Beast, take some punishment. Ow! Who'd have thought that the Gravekeeper had some moves, huh? Yeah, at this point, especially because we're using the Ares ring, be careful. These guys deal some serious damage. If you can, use your stopwatch to set up soul steals and steal HP when you need it. It'll seriously make a difference. Ooh. Very careful. Oh, this guy's cool. The Discus Lord. He uses a giant disc saw blade as a weapon. How cool is that? Ooh, ballroom mask. Does that do anything? Not notably. My guess is it probably increases defense a little more, but because we have the Ares ring, we can't really tell. So, not a biggie. Perfect. Huh. Well, that's convenient. And in here, you get the Ice Brand, which is a pretty awesome sword. If you didn't go and get the Holy Blade, this is probably one of the bigger upgrades for you. It only is lacking 1 damage, and it has a pretty sweet effect. Swings fast, and it has a really big attack. It's cool. Literally. So yeah, honestly, let's give it a shot. Ooh, careful. Come on. Ooh. There we go. Get a whole bunch of HP back. I also love that when you get hit, it bloodies it. It's a very nice effect. So yeah, as you can see, it's not super advantageous to use the ice sword, but it's not bad. Also, too, this special attack on it takes a while to use, so you might get in trouble trying to use it more than it actually helps. Ooh, and here's a good room for some soul steal. If I had the MP, but I don't. Oh well. And yeah, straight up a room with just $1. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to the Holy Sword. Very nice. Ow! Oh, that's very dangerous. There we go. Whew. Alright, feeling better. And this Ukobach is giving me some agita, I tell you what. But lucky for us, there's a nice little save room. Very nice. Again, it was feeling risky, but we're good. Whew. Otherwise, over here, the walk armor. The walk armor here is really great. Obviously, as you increase more map coverage, your defense goes up. Although right now it's not quite as powerful as what we have on, it becomes one of the best pieces of armor in the entire game, bar none. I mean, seriously, as long as you put in the effort, this bad boy will keep you safe. Obviously, because we have the Ares ring on right now, you can't really tell how much defense it's giving us, but as of right now, it's probably not quite as much as what we have. Though, soon enough, it'll certainly be worthwhile. Trust me. Overall, I don't know that I'm going to go out of my way to use the walk armor, but it is really good for those of you who are willing to put in the effort of filling out the entire map. So otherwise, I think next time we play Castlevania Symphony of the Night, we'll continue to explore these catacombs, finish up, and hopefully find some real nice progression items. As always, I'm Brad. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.